course, for people who can't join us today. We're also going to record it, and it'll be uploaded on the link, this YouTube channel. You can see the link here on the slide. Per university policy, masks are required at the moment on campus, so please all make sure you have your masks attached and fixed properly. For the awards, we're going to ask the students to come up for the first awards in groups, and I'd like you to come up on this side. Is that right? Or is it that side? This side, and then leave on that side. We'll hand you a certificate and ask you to remain on stage until the end of each group. So that's the technical stuff. For the first handful of awards, I'm going to pass you over to our department chair, Professor Shelley Gable.
Oh, Kansas tall. Hey, welcome. I'm honored and privileged to be here today with you to celebrate the achievements of our amazing undergraduate students. This year's ceremony marks the first time that our department has hosted an in-person ceremony since 2019. I know, that's like something to celebrate, right? So after 3 long years, we are ecstatic to have the opportunity to celebrate with our students and their families in person again. This is such an important event for us as a department, and we look forward to it every year. So we've been disappointed the last 2 years, although we did have a couple Zoom ceremonies that went pretty well. So now on to their achievements. Just to highlight the scope of these, you should know that we currently have close to 3,000 undergraduate students in our department. This academic year alone, we'll be conferring about 600 graduating seniors with Bachelors of Arts in Psychology, a Bachelor of Science in Psychological and Brain Sciences, or a Bachelor of Science in Biopsychology. Out of those 600 graduating seniors, today we will honor the outstanding achievements of 128 of these students. Now, not to toot our own horn, but I honestly believe that we have the best experimental psychology department in the country. My colleagues, many of whom are here today, are internationally recognized scholars and dedicated teachers. They include elected members of the National Academy of Sciences and the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, and many other honorific societies. The research that's being conducted here is cutting edge and leading the fields of social psychology, cognitive neuroscience, educational psychology, neuropsychopharmacology, evolutionary psychology, and many, many more areas. That research includes an MRI scanner in our basement, an optogenetics lab in another building, and a virtual reality lab also in our building, in addition to much, much more equipment. We have many things to be proud of in our department, but honestly, the achievement of our students tops that list. And despite the tremendous number of students in our department, your children, your siblings, your grandchildren, or your friends have stood out in astounding ways. They have achieved great academic success. They have raised their hands in class and asked insightful questions. They have come to our office hours, or our Zoom office hours, and engaged in fruitful discussions. They have volunteered their time to help mentor other students. They have taken leadership roles in student groups and organizations. They have helped those who are less fortunate in the community. And they have worked countless hours in our research labs, taking every opportunity to develop research skills and take an active part in the cutting edge research that we do here. These are students that we have come to know quite well, and we, the faculty, are in awe of them and inspired by them. You have much to be proud of. But I also want to acknowledge the role that you have played in getting these students to where they are today. The sacrifices that you have made and the support that you continue to give them, like when you drop them off on their first day of kindergarten with their lunch boxes and their eyes wide open, or all that chauffeuring that you did around during elementary school to soccer practices, in my case, it's basketball practices, violin lessons, math Super Bowl practices, and of course, their friends' houses. And you endured those middle school years where they learned to perfectly execute the eye roll, but watching them then blossom in high school and start to form their own path in life. By the way, I have a 13-year-old daughter and she has just now perfected that eye roll. So we're good. And we cannot forget, of course, all the money, time, patience, and angst that you've expended to get them through college. Through this all, you've done an amazing job raising these students. And I know how grateful they are to you for your love and your support. Let's give you all a round of applause. And now let's get on with these awards. We'll begin with the Chairperson's Award. The Chairperson's Award is given to students who have provided service to the Department of Psychological and Brain Sciences over the years. There are 5 different categories for this award: Senior Peer Advisor, Transfer Student Ambassador, and Officers of the Society for Undergraduate Psychologists, we call SUP, Access Grads, and Psychi. As a reminder, please come to the stage when your name is called and remain on the stage until you finish calling the students in your group. For those who held multiple positions in the department, we will only hand you 1 certificate for this award. However, you may bring your certificate up on the stage if your name is called again for a different award. Okay. So let's begin with the Senior Peer Advisor. Peer advisors are integral parts of our department. They're often the first person that our students interact with when they walk into our main office. They act as a valuable extension of our student advisor's office. They help to ensure that students are on track to graduate by providing course recommendations, helping navigate the intricacies of our major, and providing insights more generally on what life is like as a student at UCSB and PBS. The peer advisors also provide the PBS staff advisors with valuable student perspectives. This year, we have 1 senior peer advisor, Tiffany Lay. Tiffany has been an advisor in the department for 1 year, and we thank her for her service to advising within the department and wish her luck as she looks to start her professional career here at UCSB. Congratulations, Tiffany. You're the one. Now, the next group, Transfer Student Ambassadors. Transfer Student Ambassadors are senior PBS transfer students who mentor and guide other transfer students in their first year at UCSB. Transfer Student Ambassadors commit to extensive training by taking a mentoring class in the spring of their junior year and working over the summer with our advising office so that they can provide advice and a friendly face to our transfer orientations to incoming students. Each transfer mentor has provided countless hours of service to the department, dedicated to the notion that all transfer students can and will be successful. This year, there are 8 transfer ambassadors that we would like to recognize. So again, when I call your name, please come up to the stage. Lucas Bechtel. Nathaniel Lowe. Katerina Jacoby. Christy Malik. Brandon Ravens. Eddie Siemens. Emily Speltz. And Jake Train. Thank you for your service to helping the transfer students in PBS navigate our program and the requirements of the university. Thank you. Our next group will recognize officers from the Society of Undergraduate Psychologists, or SUP. SUP was established in 2017, but the organization has tremendously grown since then, and it is now over 200 members strong. SUP's mission is to serve as a resource to all students interested in or currently pursuing psychology by fostering a social and academic community, developing professional skills, and helping students get involved in various research and volunteer opportunities. They also host research talks with PBS professors and have a peer mentoring program called SUP Buddies. The graduating officers of SUP have worked tirelessly for the organization this year to enhance the experience of all of our undergraduate students. This year, the 8 graduating officers are Lucas Bechtel, Tanya Batia, Marian Castro, Daniela Escorcia Ayala, Ida Kusarani, Eddie Siemens, Malia Valander, Lynn Vo. Please join me in congratulating and thanking these graduating officers of SUP for their service to the undergraduate students in psych and brain sciences. Thank you. Our next group is for Access Grads. Access Grads connects undergraduates with graduate students, research opportunities, and the scientific community at UCSB. The organization assists psychology students who are interested in graduate school by pairing them with a graduate student mentor who's already in psych and brain sciences and the clinical counseling and school psychology department. Graduate student mentors give undergraduate mentees insights into what it's like to do science day to day, how to navigate the graduate school application process, and the kinds of careers they can have in psychology. Access Grads aims to increase access to research careers for students underrepresented in science. This year, while working along with Access graduate officers, Alexandra Benavides worked as an undergraduate research assistant for the organization. According to Katie Walter, who I think is here today, one of our Access Grads co-presidents, Alexandra is passionate about the Access Grads mission and kept track of everything for the organization. Mentees, mentors, meetings, surveys, data, resources. She did it all. And she did it all with an extremely positive and upbeat attitude. PBS thanks Alexandra for her service to the PBS department. Thank you so much. For the last Chairperson's Award group, I am pleased to recognize the awardees from the UCSB chapter of Psychi. Psychi is an international honors society in psychology that promotes excellence and scholarship in psychology. Members of Psychi are in the top 35% of their class. This year, the officers organized workshops and panels that brought PBS alumni back to campus to discuss their academic and career trajectories. In addition, the UCSB chapter had 2 presenters at the SoCal UC Psychi research event. On top of this, the officers also organized an honors thesis information session to answer questions and encourage more PBS students to complete an honors thesis in the department. The graduating officers this year have provided unmeasurable service to the top students in our departments. These graduating students include Natalie Alvarez, Marian Castro, Campbell Green, Olivia Mendoza, Olivia Olds, Jessica Simonson, Amy Tran, and Pauline Yang. Congratulations and thank you for your service to students in the Psych and Brain Sciences department. Thank you. So this concludes the presentation of the Chairperson's Award. Thank you all so much for your service and work in helping to ensure that our undergraduate students in PBS have every opportunity to excel within our program and beyond. You can now all obviously head back to your seats. You've done that. But at this time, what I'd like to do is turn the ceremony back over to Tamsin, who will be presenting the remaining PBS awards after a slight technical change. But let's give one more round of applause.
Okay. Hi again. I will be presenting the remaining awards, which include awards for students who have completed an honors thesis and some special faculty nominated awards. We'll start with the Distinction in the Major Award. This award is presented to students who have completed an honors thesis in PBS and thus qualify to graduate with distinction on their academic records. An honors thesis is by no means an easy project to partake in. It requires students to conceptualize a research idea, collect and analyze data, and ultimately write up the results of the research in a full-length manuscript. They essentially conduct graduate level work as undergraduates. This year, there are 40 students who have earned distinction in the major. However, as we mentioned before, we'll call them up in groups so we'll all fit on the stage. So when your name is called, just as we've been doing, please come up and stay on stage until dismissed. To the audience, please hold your applause until the end. Students in the first group earning distinction in the major are Arushi Agrawal, Anvitha Akaraju, Amel Al-Rafai, Tanya Bhatia, Lucas Castle, Christopher Shi, Marco Christian Munoz, Ashley Coventry, Annabelle Dang, and Shreya Ganam. All right, you broke the rules a little bit, but let's have another round of applause for all of you folks. It's getting rowdy in here. Okay, here's group 2. Priscilla Diaz-Gonzalez, Alex Garcia, Isaias Gazay, Yenny Yang, Sydney Jowitz, Jackie Kallerberg, Sarah Kosandi, Sydney Kilgore, Genevieve Knott, and Skylar McCarthy. Okay. All right, ready? You can go now. Our third group of students, Katrina Ostrander, Natalie Paisler, Aurora Parks, Naomi Pierce, Chanel Ponce, Nicole Pulaski, Ethan Rogers, Kiana Sabuga, Annabelle Salamian, and Jacob Salona. Some certificate shenanigans going on over there. The anticipation builds up. Yeah. All right. Well done, everyone. Last but not least, group 4. Brooke Schwartzman. Oh, yeah. Eddie Siemens. Shivang Shalat. Jessica Simonson. Madeline Isabel Superbara. Amy Tran. Miranda Tran. Delaney Whitaker. Pauline Yang. And Chiangkai Zhang. All right, let's go. Okay, that finalizes the recognition for distinction in the major. Congratulations to these students on their hard work and dedication to research in psychological and brain sciences. We'll now move on to the faculty nominated department awards for graduating seniors. From now on, each student will come up individually to the stage to be recognized when their name is called. The first award is a new one for our department. It is the Abdullah Al and Marjorie R. Nasser Memorial Award. This award is given to a senior student in our department who has strong scholarly records and has also contributed widely to the broader PBS and UCSB community. This year, we will be honoring 4 awards in this category. The first award goes to Yushan Ho. Yushen has been an RA in 2 different labs. Dr. Ashby's laboratory for computational cognitive neuroscience, and more recently, Dr. Bayler's bionic vision lab. In Dr. Bayler's lab, Yushan has helped to explore how artificial vision can be improved with computational modeling to benefit people with incurable blindness. She was involved in technical aspects of the projects, running statistical analysis and using Python to explore and organize data. Yushan's nominators say that the tasks that she would work on, quote, required the ability to deal well with a wide range of methods, code bases, a meticulous attention to detail, and the mental agility to think on her feet and solve problems online as they arose. Her work won the Best Undergraduate Poster Presentation Award at a national conference. For herself, Yushan says that her greatest accomplishment at UCSB is that she will be graduating with a cumulative 3.98 GPA. And we would like to add that her PBS major is a straight 4.0. Look out for the 0.2%. She also says that she's become much more confident and braver over the past 4 years. This confidence will serve her well as she begins a PhD right here in psychological and brain sciences this fall. We're happy to have you stay on board, Yushan. Congratulations. The next recipient of the NASA Memorial Award is Jose Torres Gonzalez. Come up, Jose. Just waiting so you're the center of attention when we do this. Jose is receiving his award for his scholarship, but particularly also because of his exceptional service to UCSB and the broader community. He's been an outstanding RA in Professor Karen Zemlinsky's lab and has one co-authored publication in Frontiers in Behavioral Neuroscience, as well as 3 co-authored scientific conference posters. Jose is a first-generation Latino college student devoted to helping others. He is an officer in Sigma Lambda Beta, a Latino-based international fraternity, and a peer mentor for Los Curanderos pre-medical organization, where he assists pre-health freshmen and sophomores with academic planning and professional resources. His devotion to a career in healthcare is evident. He is a mental health peer at UCSB's Counseling and Psychological Services Center, and an undergraduate student representative on the advisory committee of UCSB's Student Health Services. He's helped to develop new initiatives to increase accessibility of student health services to certain student groups, like the Chicanx Latinx community. He says that these activities have helped him to transform his personal experiences and passions into positive influences for different groups of students on campus. These accomplishments were recognized by the university. He has received the Emerging Leader of the Year award by UCSB's Student Engagement and Leadership. We agree and have no doubt that Jose will be successful as he moves on to attend a 1-year pre-medical post-baccalaureate program at either UCSF or UC Davis. We hope that his passion for medicine and apparently birds, he grew up with pet parakeets and canaries and really loves birds, continues to grow. Congratulations, Jose. Our third recipient of the NASA Memorial Award is Jorin Tavera. Jorin is a first-generation student graduating with a 4.0 GPA as a PBS major. He worked as a resident advisor. This is a leadership position that assists students in his housing dormitory. Jorin was nominated by Professor David Sherman, and he's been working in an RA in David's lab. Jorin's research has explored media representations of similarities and differences between political parties and was funded by an URCA grant. That's a Undergraduate Research and Creative Activities Award. You'll hear that acronym a lot going forward. And as Professor Sherman says, Jaron is smart, capable, organized, a pleasure to work with, and an asset to the lab. Jaron has plans to attend law school in the Bay Area after graduation to study family or healthcare law. His extracurricular activities have prepared him well for this next step. Jaron is a member of the Legal Education Association for Diversity and has worked in Washington, D.C. as a race, wealth, and community intern for the National Community Reinvestment Coalition. In this position, he has assisted in the writing of op-eds, news articles, and blog posts. Professor Sherman says he is a gifted writer. Jaron says that his greatest memory at UCSB is all the support that he's received from friends, faculty, and family. His biggest challenge, however, was not his coursework, but learning how to surf. Please join me in wishing Jaron all the best as he moves on to law school. The final recipient of the NASA Memorial Award is Miranda Tran. Miranda has a passion for social justice. She has been the lead peer mentor at the Ondas Student Center for the Undergraduate Mentorship Program, where she has helped to support low-income first-generation college students in their academic success and student life. She says that being among these communities and finding herself involved with the Asian American community, women in STEM, low-income minority, promise scholars, and first-generation students has been her greatest accomplishment at UCSB. This passion is reflected in her academic pursuits. Her honors thesis, under the mentorship of Professor and Chair Shelley Gable, in the Emotion, Motivation, Behavior, and Relationship, or EMBA lab, focused on understanding whether the type of goal that an individual adopts, approach, or avoidance, was associated with first-generation students' risk for poor academic outcomes. Miranda will be graduating with a 3.9 cumulative GPA and has left a mark as a student at UCSB. As her co-nominator state, Miranda is a fantastic student, has excellent potential as a researcher and clinician, and has spent a great deal of time and energy promoting diversity and inclusion here at UCSB. Her passion for helping others continues into the future, as will her passion for collecting earrings. Let's
I'm not wearing fun ones today.
No?
Not today.
I had a little joke prepared about that. Okay, never mind. Miranda will be moving on to obtain a master's degree in marriage and family therapy at Azusa Pacific University. We wish you all the best. Please congratulate Miranda. Let's have one final round of applause for our 4 NASA Award recipients. Our next award is the Diversity and Inclusion Service Award. This award is given to a student who has demonstrated through their actions, leadership, or innovation, an understanding of, appreciation for, or advocacy of diversity issues and inclusive practices. It is a service award that recognizes students who have actively sought to increase their knowledge of or raise awareness about current inclusion and diversity issues, and honor students who have given back to improve the quality of life for diverse communities. This year, we are honoring 1 student for this award. This year's recipient of the Diversity and Inclusion Service Award is Marco Munoz. Marco has an exceptional academic record, but his dedication to diversity and inclusion-related issues on campus is why he's receiving this particular award. As a transgender male and Latino student, Marco has been driven to ensure that all communities feel welcomed and supported. Marco worked at the Resource Center for Sexual and Gender Diversity as the volunteer program coordinator and has mentored Her story exemplifies the scholarly achievements, determination, and strength of character of the Rennes Award. Please join me in congratulating Sydney on her amazing. I broke the mic. Is that good? Okay. The next award we will present is the Morgan Award for Academic Excellence. This award is given to students in recognition of outstanding scholarship. We are recognizing 2 students for this award, one for each of our majors, psychological brain sciences and biopsychology. This year's Morgan Award for Academic Excellence in our department's PBS major goes to Stella Rafason. Stella is graduating with a 4.0 GPA in her upper division psychology courses, with a minor in applied psychology and in professional writing. She has 23 A pluses. I think I gave you like a couple, right? Maybe, can't remember. Stella says that she's still most proud, however, of passing Chem 1A in her freshman year. It's a thing. Stella was nominated by Dr. Tommy Sprague as the single most impressive undergraduate that he's known during his time at UCSB. He wrote that Stella achieved her grades with remarkable humility and grace and has a genuine love for learning that is contagious. He describes her as brilliantly intelligent, extremely dedicated to both her studies and to improving campus life, and as a pillar of support for her classmates. This dedication and commitment to scholarship can be seen in Stella's additional activities. She was also an RA in Dr. Jonathan Schooler's Meta Lab and utilized her theoretical knowledge and research training in PBS to help build UCSB's Sleep Challenge, run through the Health and Wellness Center. She helped to develop a research study that assessed whether the program was effective in improving college students' sleep hygiene behaviors. Stella plans to enter the professional world and work in industry after graduation. Even though Stella was born on a leap day, I can't believe she wrote this. She's not afraid to make the leap into her professional. It's awful. Into her professional career. You look bad. We wish her all the best. Congratulations, Stella. Runyan Wang is the recipient of the Morgan Award for Academic Excellence in our biopsychology major. Runyan is graduating with a 3.96 upper division major GPA. She was nominated by Dr. Hajina Labate, who first met Runyan in her affective neuroscience class last spring. Dr. Labate was particularly impressed by Runyan's research proposal for the course, which was, quotes, at the level of experimental expertise and contextual framing that one would expect from a graduate student, end quotes. Runyan began then as an RA under Dr. Lapate's mentorship in the Affective Neuroscience Laboratory, LEAP Neurolab. Runyan has a strong interest in women's health, and according to Dr. Lapate, she demonstrated an outstanding degree of curiosity, enthusiasm, intelligence, scholarship, and dedicating to research seen in very few undergraduate students. In the LEAP lab, Runyan has made notable contributions, embarking on advanced programming projects to improve the data analysis and coding used for their experiments. She also learned to use a software application for navigating three-dimensional medical images and worked on projects about emotional functioning. Runyan also worked in the Jacobs lab, under Dr. Emily Jacobs, studying the impact of sex hormones on the human brain. Runyan says that her favorite memories of undergraduate were talking with all the interesting faculty and grad students in the department and having discussions with their classmates about inspiring questions. Runyana claims to be bad at baking, but oh my God, I can't believe it, 2 in a row. She's cooking up plans to pursue a PhD in affective neuroscience, really? Please join me in congratulating Runyan. The next award is the Morgan Award for Research Promise. This recognizes 3 students for their outstanding research efforts in PBS. This award is given to students who demonstrate the most promise in the area of experimental research in psychological and brain sciences. One of the Morgan awardees for research promise in a biopsychology major is Lucas Castle. Lucas has a 3.74 upper division major GPA with a minor in applied psychology. Lucas has worked primarily in the close relationships lab with Dr. Nancy Collins and completed his honors thesis under her supervision, which explored the effects of different forms of exercise on short-term mental health. Specifically, he assessed perceived stress, emotional well-being, and state self-esteem before and after participants engaged in physical activity. Dr. Collins noted that Lucas's study, quote, has the potential to make an important contribution to the social and health psychology literature on how physical activity can buffer stress and enhance well-being, end quote. Lucas's project was supported by an IRCA grant. Dr. Collins notes that Lucas has excellent oral presentation skills and is a true team player and wonderful collaborator, and that he is always willing to offer helpful, enthusiastic input on other people's projects. She notes that Lucas operates much more like a graduate student than an undergraduate student and is mature, cooperative, and ambitious in all the best ways. For Lucas, his greatest accomplishment was getting to see how his entire thesis came together, from his first day of data collection to the months of planning, effort, and writing that followed. But be safe out there in the world, Lucas. Apparently, when he was a kid, he somehow managed to wipe out on a toy motor scooter at 15 miles an hour. After he graduates, Lucas plans to apply for the lab manager positions in a clinical psychology lab. Congratulations, Lucas. Wish you luck with that. The second Morgan Award for Research Promise is for a student in our PBS major, Isaias Gazet. Isaias is graduating with a 4.0 in his upper division psychology courses. He worked in Dr. Daniel Conroy Beam's computational mate choice lab and in Dr. Hongbo Yu's emotion science lab. This thing is getting hot. Can you smell the electrical? I think I might be on fire. Not in a good way. Dr. Conroy Beam first met Isaias as a student in his course on agent-based modeling in R. And then Isaias began an honors thesis under Dr. Conroy Beam's supervision. Isaias's thesis used agent-based models to demonstrate how perceived racial groups and stigma towards those groups emerges in homogeneous populations. Dr. Conroy Beam notes that of all the recent projects he has supervised, he finds Isaias's thesis among the most exciting. Under Dr. Hongbo Yu's research mentorship, Isaias was chosen as a McNair Scholar and pioneered a project in moral psychology to investigate the folk intuition of moral standing to blame. Isaias's work has been presented at the McNair Research Symposium and several other prestigious academic conferences. His mentor in the McNair program, Dr. Vanessa Woods, wrote that Isaias is insightful, gifted, kind, and competent, and has shown acumen as a thinker, writer, and creativity as a researcher. Isaias's research promise is further supported by the various awards he has received, such as the extremely prestigious Goldwater Scholarship, designed to encourage outstanding students to pursue research careers in STEM fields. After graduation, he will be working full-time as a research coordinator at Stanford University before pursuing his PhD. We wish him well and continued success in his studies and in his running. 5 days ago, he ran a full marathon in San Diego. Was it a full marathon? Not just a half.
No.
The full thing. Okay. Congratulations, Isaiah. Shivang Shalat is our third recipient of the Morgan Award for Research Promise in the PBS major. Shivang will be graduating with a 4.0 upper division major GPA. He has worked in 3 labs during his time at UCSB: Dr. Renee Weber's Media Neuroscience Lab, Dr. Greg Ashby's Lab for Computational Cognitive Neuroscience, and Dr. Jonathan Schooler's Meta Lab. Under Dr. Schooler, Shivang spearheaded projects examining the impact of meditation on sleep, creativity, and mind wandering. He's also co-author on a sophisticated analysis of electromagnetic field theories of consciousness manuscript, recently published in Frontiers in Psychology. Dr. Schooler notes that Shivang is an exceptional rarefied category, one of the best students I've ever worked with. In Dr. Weber's lab, Shivang conducted research exploring the effects of motivation on digital behavior. This work was supported by an IRCA grant. During 2 summers, Shivang interned at the NASA Ames Research Center, where he was involved in a project investigating the efficacy of a scheduling software tool for astronauts. He is the first author of a detailed report of this work and will present it at an upcoming human-computer interaction conference. His after-graduation plans point in a similar direction. He plans to pursue a degree in cognitive science and collect research at the intersection of engineering and cognition to optimize machine interfaces and maximize human performance. Congratulations, Shivang. We can't wait to see what's next for you. Is it not working anymore? That was the one that wasn't working. It's fine, I can hold it. Nearly done. Okay, the final award I would present today is our Distinguished Graduating Senior Award. It is given in recognition of academic excellence and service to the department, the university, and the community. These students spent their time at UCSB not only focusing on their studies and scholarship, but also finding ways to give back to the Psych and Brain Sciences department and the university more broadly. In a way, it's the sort of best all-around award. This year, we're recognizing 2 students who are selected to receive this award. The first Distinguished Graduating Senior Award goes to Priscilla Diaz-Gonzalez. Priscilla is graduating with a 4.0 GPA in the PBS major, with minors in educational studies and applied psychology. She was nominated for this award by Dr. Vanessa Woods, who states that Priscilla is an exceptionally bright undergraduate student who has been deeply involved in research while demonstrating incredible commitment to service. Priscilla has conducted research in Dr. Vanessa Woods' lab and in Dr. David Sherman's lab. Her honors thesis under the supervision of Dr. Vanessa Woods examined the role of family, friends, and peer support for Latinx and first-generation college students' sense of belonging and cultural fit in higher education. The work was supported by an IRCA grant, and Priscilla was also the recipient of the Jean and Susan Lucas Research Fund Award. Per Dr. Woods, Priscilla is an excellent researcher and has shown great independence and initiative while in my lab. In addition to all these scholarly experiences, Priscilla is also committed to giving back. She was part of the Educational Opportunity, EOP, program and worked as a summer transition enrichment program mentor and as a scholar's peer mentor. After graduation, Priscilla will be working in a lab as a lab coordinator for the Culture Collaboratory at the University of Michigan with Dr. Stephanie Freiberg. We hope that she still has time to watch her favorite movie, Me Before You, which apparently she knows the entire script off by heart. Should we ask her to prove it? No. Congratulations, Priscilla, on this amazing next step and your successes here at UCSB. The second Distinguished Graduating Senior Award goes to Eddie Siemens. Eddie is graduating UCSB with a 4.0 GPA in the biopsychology major. He was nominated for this award by Dr. Vanessa Woods, Dr. Ron Keflin, and PhD student Sophie Peterson. Eddie is an outstanding undergraduate student who not only is passionate for knowledge and research, but has volunteered countless hours to bettering our local community. As a transfer student, Eddie quickly immersed himself in research, working for Dr. Keflin's lab. Eddie has been investigating neurobiological basis of schema assimilation, the processes by which prior knowledge influences the interpretation and memorization of new information. As Dr. Keflin writes, during my time with Eddie and our discussions of neuroscience, he has always displayed a passion for research, a strong desire to learn, and an impeccable work ethic. In addition to his incredible research efforts, Eddie has been a tremendous help in the department as part of the Transfer Student Ambassador Program, where he has guided incoming transfer students through the process of transition to UCSB. Dr. Vanessa Wood notes, he has a very diverse set of mentees, and his empathic nature and high standards make his mentees feel like they are supported and challenged. Eddie worked in high school busing tables at the Bohemian Grove, a members-only club, which apparently is where a Manhattan Project meeting took place. But moving forward, after graduation, Eddie wants to pursue a career as a medical doctor and be an agent of change in the medical system. Congratulations, Eddie, on being a recipient of one of our distinguished graduation senior awards. On a personal note, this task I get to do today is my favorite part of my job. Congratulations, everyone. I'm going to turn it over to Shelley again in a second, but let's all just congratulate all the award winners one more time.
Okay. Okay, before closing, I also want to recognize 3 of our PBS students who also won prestigious university level awards. These students are Connor Ding for the 2023 Duval Scholarship, Stella Rufessen for the Dean's Award for Outstanding Senior, and Gavin Sheldrup for the Undergraduate Education Award. We're so proud of how you represented PBS to the college and to the university. So congratulations to you. And let's give all of our award winners another huge round of applause. Honestly, they're just simply amazing. And I go back and I tell my children that they better study a little bit harder in middle school and high school because they're not doing enough. So I also want to extend my gratitude to some folks who made this event possible. First off, I want to thank Professor Gurman for taking the time to host this event, even though it is her favorite activity. I also want to thank the chair of our PBS Undergraduate Experience Committee, Dr. Nicole Abada. She's been lurking in the background. She's been integral to throughout this process of award selection. I also want to thank the committee itself for the wonderful job they did in selecting our award winners today out of the sea of really talented students that we have in PBS. And lastly, I cannot go without saying thank you to our undergraduate advisors, Sana Karami, Elsie Dominguez, and Joaquim Emiliano Chavez, who's been hiding in the back here. I don't know where Sana is. Is Sana here? So, who else? Elsie, are they all here? Stand up because you guys are awesome. Those are awesome. They worked tirelessly throughout the quarter, tying all aspects of the ceremony together. Organization was a huge challenge this year, as you can imagine, and because it's been our first in-person ceremony in quite some time. Yet they all three of them rose to the occasion to ensure that we had the best ceremony possible. So thank you guys very much. It's been a great pleasure to welcome you all here today. And as my final words to all of you students, especially as you embark on this exciting chapter of your life, please keep in touch with us. We would love to hear from you, how things are going and what you end up doing. The alumni of our department are very important to us and we want to keep in close contact. So please, please, please don't forget us because we won't forget you. Congratulations once again on your wonderful achievements. So this formally wraps up part one of our ceremony. You're all more than welcome to join us for part two, which takes place in the PBS courtyard from 11:30 to 12:30. We'll also be recognizing students who earned exceptional academic performance in our major and just celebrating with all of our graduating seniors. Most importantly, light refreshments will be provided. So I'll see you all over there. So thank you for coming.